Right, hello everyone, welcome back to Hoopsa. Today I have the pleasure of chatting to Olly Dawes of Deepdale Digest for our Preston v QPR match preview. How's it going, Ollie?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, cheers. Well, thank you so much for joining. So let's just get straight into it. Let's chat about Preston. So at the time of recording, Preston are currently sitting in sixth place in the Championship with 8 wins, 4 draws and 5 losses so far. Obviously, the club went on a really good run at the start of the season. I think it was 8 unbeaten, but your form has been a lot choppier since. So tell me about your season. What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, I think we went on that incredible run at the start and just seemed to keep winning and winning and winning. And I think we all knew it obviously wasn't going to last. Nobody wins every game, especially in this league. So yeah, we were kind of expecting a little bit of a dip, and then we encountered quite a tricky week because with it being Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So we had West Brom at home, Leicester away, then Ipswich away, which are 3 pretty tough games at this level. And it was like,
Yeah,
if we can get anything out of this run, that would be great. And we ended up losing all 3, and then that sort of good start, all of a sudden it looks a little bit different after that. But yeah, a little bit inconsistent now, which I think is probably us regressing to the mean a little bit. It's probably more what you'd expect to see from Preston. So yeah, as long as we can keep in touch with the playoff places for as long as possible, I think most fans will be pretty happy.
yeah, fair enough. So talk to me about Saturday's result. Obviously, 2 late goals for Cardiff after Preston had held on for about 40 minutes after Robbie Brady's red card. So yeah, what did you make of the performance? Obviously, that's a big game-changing event, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. Like we'd taken the lead sort of just after half time, and then I think you always just want that second goal to really kill it off, and then one of your experienced players gets a silly red card, and then all of a sudden you sort of everyone has to be behind the ball, and it's all hands to the pump and all that. And even if it had just been a draw, you'd be like, disappointing, but down to 10 men. But to concede the second one as well in injury time is just just a body blow. And yeah, Robbie Brady is coming for a lot of stick on social media after that. I don't think fans were particularly happy with him even before that. This season he hasn't particularly played very well, and then that's just sent people over the edge a little bit, I think. Yeah, we went into the international break with such a big win at Blackburn, and everyone's on such a high, and then to come down to that low in pretty strange circumstances. Yeah, bitterly disappointing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So obviously it's Borough tomorrow, if I'm right. But obviously by the time this goes out, you'll have played the fixture. But what are you expecting from that? Are you confident for that? Do you think Brady? You've obviously said Brady's not played very well, but is that going to be a big loss?
I don't think so. I think he'll probably just shift Liam Miller there as we played with at Blackburn away. Middlesbrough, I don't know. Like last season, we got absolutely battered there, but they had Cameron Archer then, who's obviously a Preston favourite from his time on loan, and he destroyed us. So we don't have to deal with him this time. But yeah, it's obviously a tricky game. Like when they're at the best, like Borough are a really good side.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So this is Ryan Lowe's second full season at the club, if I'm right. So he obviously joined halfway through the season before last season. Obviously came on the back of 2 promotions from League Two with Bury and Plymouth Argyle. So do you think in the long run, is he the man to take Preston up either this season or in the future?
I don't know. I still find myself sort of caught in 2 minds a little bit, but I do think he's done a pretty good job of like given the budget. Like we're never going to be the biggest spenders in this league. Um, we should be challenging like around playoffs again this season. Like we kind of ran out of steam a little bit at the end of last term, but we had a really good summer. We're coming up now to 2 years with Lowe in charge. I think it's sort of early December time when he joined. So yeah, I think there's still a little bit of cautiousness around him, sort of tactically at this level, which I don't even think is a huge criticism. Like he spent a lot of his sort of early managerial career League Two, League One, and the jump to the Championship is quite a big one, and
Yeah.
still quite a young manager, still learning on the job in the Championship to an extent. So yeah, more than happy to sort of stick with him and keep it going for a little bit longer at least. He's been linked to other jobs even while he's been here, so he obviously has sort of admirers elsewhere. So yeah, I think the general consensus in that he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. And I think, like you say, with the budget that you have, it's really hard to necessarily bring in another manager that's going to make you go leaps and bounds ahead with the same kind of resources available.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we did spend a little bit on deadline day, broke our transfer record to sign a new striker. So that sort of amps up the pressure maybe a little bit, just because he's probably certainly recently had more backing than Frankie McAvoy before him, and then Alex Neil before that sort of had to oversee a mid-season squad overhaul, which I don't think I've ever seen before or since. So yeah, he's not under huge pressure, but yeah, there's maybe just that little rise in expectation, especially after the start to the season as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. So who should QPR fans be worried about on Friday? I was looking at your top scorers. It seems like the goals are fairly evenly spread out between the squad at the moment. So who are the danger men for Preston at the moment?
Yeah, we do tend to share them about a bit. So the striker I was just talking about there, Milutin Osmajic, he scored again at the weekend against Cardiff. Seems to be finding his feet now in English football, and he's a bit of a handful. Liam Miller, Canada international, very quick and direct in terms of his play on the wing. There's a few sort of players that Championship fans will recognise, like Dwayne Holmes and Will Keane, these players that have sort of been there and done it before. And then I suppose the maverick would be Mads Frokjer Jensen, who came in from Denmark over the summer. We still haven't quite found like the right role or formula or whatever it may be for him. He can conjure up a bit of magic, but sometimes off the ball he's not quite doing enough for low. So he may start from the bench on Friday, but if we bring him on, yeah, he's got the creativity to make something happen.
Yeah, fair enough. So last season, obviously QPR took the spoils at Deepdale sort of roughly this time last year. That was a 1-0 win via a Jimmy Dunn goal. That was the first match of Neil Critchley's 12-game run at QPR. We've had 2 managers since then. So let's get your score prediction to wrap us up.
I'll back us to win at home. I'll go with a 2-1 Preston win. Yeah, I remember that game from last year well, because I think we just beaten Blackburn away from home, and everyone was so buzzing and just loving life, and then Critchley, ex-Blackpool manager, rolls into Deepdale and gets a 1-0 win. Yeah, it just had to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were just as surprised as you were, and we had something that we never ever have, which is a new manager bounce, and we've not even had that this time round. So, right, well, thank you so much for joining today, Ollie. Good luck for Friday night. Make sure to check out Deepdale Digest. I'm going to put that below in the description, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, Ollie.
Cheers.